Hello everyone, I'm Ananya from Ananya's Nourish Me, and today I'm back with my topic on wellness. We are going to explore that why many a times our diet doesn't work and hits a plateau. I bet it would be easier for you to relate. If you stay tuned and listen to this video till the end, you might even get through a breakthrough. Well, wellness for most of us gives a myriad of thoughts, from a green smoothie to a gluten-free bread speckled with some mixed seeds. But in real, wellness is much, much deeper than that. I have personally met and seen people who are obsessed with every kind of what we call superfoods, and they follow blindly all the influencers and bloggers on Instagram. If you also follow such influencers and bloggers blindly, it is time for you to pause. Think, is it your only purpose in life? It's time to listen to my video. Pause yourself and maybe you get a breakthrough. Be a better you with Ananya's Nourish Me. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook and my blog. In the 90s, our regular breakfast of poha, upma, idli and chapatis was suddenly replaced by our English breakfast, and this sudden trend made the cornflakes and bread, butter, jam suddenly made it to our tables. And it was all replaced, and it is still ongoing. But the pandemic of 2020, the Wuhan virus, has totally changed each one of our perspective, and we are all suddenly running behind immunity boosting foods. From a chemist shop to a fast food center is trying to sell immunity boosting foods, and immunity suddenly became the new sales pitch. But do you ever realize that immunity is so easy to build up? Well, immunity cannot be built in a day. Immunity needs time to build. It needs disciplined way and actions of your eating, of your sleeping, of your workout to keep you up. And apart from all this, the environment, the vibrations and energy around us are also very, very effective in such cases. As we talk about wellness, we generally see these big brands and all these superfoods being endorsed by supermodels with beautiful figures, or maybe I should say slim figures. Now these supermodels are all just a marketing stunt for attracting consumers, and it's high time we start realizing what is good and what is not so good for us. Let's dive deep today to understand all the parameters, 8 different parameters of wellness, out of which we only focus on 1 or 2 health parameters. So here's the deal for today. Let's dive deep and understand all the 8 various parameters of wellness, and I'll give you a few tips to keep up all the 8 wellness parameters. So the first and the very important that always goes in our mind is the physical wellness. Basically, eating a good food and remaining into a good regime of workout really helps you to keep up your physical wellness. But we also forget that it is not always only these 2 parameters. There is sleep, there is water intake. All of these should be followed at least 80% of times. So my tip is, try to eat clean 80% of times and try to indulge in any form of workout that interests you. It can be anything from a jog to a cross training to a Pilates, yoga, any of the workouts. And the final tip, don't forget your annual checkup, which is very important factor too. Next parameter is obviously something that we all have learned during this 2020 pandemic. And we have also learned that any upheaval in our mental or moral state or emotional state disrupts all the areas of our life. This brings to our next wellness sector or parameter, that is emotional wellness. So it's vital that we all pay very close attention to our thought process. Try to think more positive than negative. The few tips that you should and you must follow is avoid negative talks, negative self-talks, negative talk about people. Avoid being surrounded with negative people and avoid self-criticism or any kind of negative situations. Finally, never hesitate to visit a psychiatrist or a psychologist. He's a professional. He knows the best therapy, how he can help you. And there is nothing wrong in visiting a psychologist. Trust me. Go and see a specialist who can help you. Now, to stay emotionally positive, we need a positive social group. And this brings us to our next parameter, which is social wellness. And for being social wellness comes with a huge responsibility of being responsible, being empathetic, and having a feeling of belongingness to everybody around us. So try and avoid any kind of rude behavior, even to strangers. After all, we are all humans. We might commit a mistake, but that does not give us the eligibility of being rude or portray an unhealthy behavior. Try to smile more often. That will also help us to connect to strangers. When we smile more often, we tend to turn around the downside curves in an upward direction. So this brings us to our next parameter, that is spiritual wellness. Spiritual wellness makes a lot of people run away from it, but trust me, it's not a rocket science. It's very simple. It is learning about our own self and learning our own purpose in life. It is as simple as an Indian watching an Indo-Pakistan match with all passion, or a mother cooking favorite dish for her children. All these need that high level of dedication and a sense of purpose. So sit down, meditate. Very simply, you will try and realize when you spend more time for self-introspection, you will realize what is your purpose in life, and that will give you a better way to handle yourself. Unless we rediscover the purpose of our life, we might never find the right occupation. And occupational wellness talks all about this. Personal satisfaction and enrichment comes from one's work. And if we are not 100% satisfied at the end of the day of what we are serving to the society, we might not feel that sense of responsibility or sense of attainment. Hence, try to give 100% to every work you do. Try to prioritize. Try to make your to-do list every day. And very importantly, manage your work stress, either by taking short breaks in between, going for a cup of coffee, or taking small walks in mid of the nature. Try to break the monotony of your routine. Even your brain needs challenges. And intellectual wellness is all about challenging your brain. It's all about recognizing our creative abilities and finding a way to expand our intellect. So let's try and learn a new musical instrument, try to solve a new puzzle, or try to join a new hobby class or a dance class and challenge yourself. That will keep you intellectually well. Once we are intellectually high, we need more balance and security. And this brings us to the next wellness, that is financial wellness. Financial wellness gives us security and grounding. Each and every one of us must think about, we must be happy and contented with our present and future financial plannings. And for that, we must create a budget. We must stick to our budget and avoid the urge of splurging. Try to take an assistance of a financial advisor. Always try and keep your credit scores high. Finally, to tie all of these parameters together, we need the environment we live in. And this environment can be the atmosphere we live in as well as Mother Nature. Try to stay more connected to Mother Nature. That gives us more attachment and gives us a lot of teaching of how nature builds itself. We feel more connected and solely more grounded. Haven't you felt a surge of sudden energy after you come from a jog under the sun or amid nature? Or after taking a walk on your bare feet on the grass, you feel so enthusiastic. So all these are different ways how we can connect to our environment. And few tips which I would like to give is, try and avoid synthetic products. Try and avoid artificial flavorings and foods in our daily routine. That will always keep us connected and more environment friendly. Now you see, it's not only emotional and physical well-being that really matters. There are so many other parameters that totally matters, and each one of them are equally important in our life. Try to follow the tips and improve your well-being. Stay tuned with Ananya's Nourish Me, and I hope to see you all next week with a new topic. Till then, bye-bye and have a good day.